thought maybe I would come up with something to say, but I've got nothing. So instead, I thought I would quote something that gave me comfort a long time ago. Is God real? The more proper question would be, is reality divine? Existence itself is a mystery which yearns to be uncovered. What is goodness but a comparison to the good? What is existence but a participation in being? For where the diversity of the universe inspires awe and wonder, it exists only in contrast to a simplicity so pure that it may only be understood as primordial and even divine. Our essence is what was imagined by its mind, but what we consider imagining and what we consider mind are in fact so far beyond our understanding that even these metaphors are like the tiny whitecaps on a massive searching sea. There's more, but those are the parts that speak to me the most. Thank you.
That was really thoughtful, Mateo. Thank you. Does anyone else want to say anything? Thank you. If anyone else wants to say something. I hope this is all okay. Between fixing things up and sending out messengers and getting all the paperwork done. It's not much. Good. Good. Sorry, if I talk any longer, I'm gonna start crying. Could you excuse me?
I don't often speak about what I believe in. It seems so redundant with how I live. But death is one of those occasions where it's hard not to look inward. Our friend...
You know, what you're feeling right now is a chemical reaction whose evolutionary goal is promoting social cohesion. Never seems to work for me.
So it's up to us.
No matter how many times I do this,
We are what lives
I feel less attached, not more.
The pain of loss inspires us to greater action than that.
Well, look at us.
Is the
Two lone wolves howling at the moon on the same night. You know, if there's one piece of advice I can actually give
humanity
you,
is what
it's
truly
that lost
creates
loved ones have a way of coming back to you.
We are the ones.
One
that
day
judge
you'll be
things
sweeping out some old shelf or digging through a desk, and there it'll be. Some old paperweight of theirs. Or a piece of jewelry they gave you. Half jokingly. Theoretically, of course.
Let us remember what we have lost.
Walter, are you
You're welcome.
part of the House of Enlightenment?
Dusty.
I never knew.
Dusty.
Yes,
Let's talk.
well, I like to keep some things private.
Everyone is in mourning. I understand, but I cannot quite share in their emotion.
You all might not like thinking about this, but
I have seen death.
every
I have lost people I considered close.
decomposes.
But
Gets
this
eaten up
is...
by insects and microbes.
It is not the same.
Or due to the lack of a
I cannot
biosphere,
explain
simply
why.
carried away by
I am not
space
sure I am
and
making
time,
sense.
Till we sizzle in a distant sun's corona, or get pulled in some gravitational
Thank you.
field and coalesce with other
If you are
debris.
free soon,
Not comforting,
could we
huh?
talk?
But I disagree. Do you know what I find uncomfortable? The thought that after I die, the universe is just going to stand still forever. Could you imagine? The fact is that the universe goes on, that life goes on, that things do not just sit still. That right
chat for a bit? Normally, I hate talking to people at funerals, but,
Some
well,
people go way before they should.
you don't believe in the afterlife, do you?
Not
I
because
mean, this might be the worst time to bring it up, but
ever expanding. And who
you're a
wouldn't want
member of the
to
House of
divinity,
Enlightenment?
even if it's just for a short
Funny.
while. Listen,
We've worked together all this time,
ourselves before we were born, do we?
and I never thought to ask. I suppose you might think I joined because it lets me off the moral conundrum of having a god count my credits when I die. But the truth is, I believe
That certainly
in an individual's place to make a difference. What is wealth if you can't do something with it? What is free will if we don't ultimately answer to ourselves? Well, I've taken up enough of your time.
I don't believe we've met. Ajay Mamasa, former chair of Constellation. I wish the circumstances of my visit were better. Unfortunately, this isn't the first Constellation funeral I've been to. After 35 years, you say goodbye to a lot of friends. I hope you don't mind me saying, but I feel numb just thinking about it. Sarah meant the world to me. She was the future. I knew it as soon as I met her. Oh yes, I was Sebastian Banks's protege, if that gives you any idea of how long I was part of our little club. Exactly the same as when you met her, I bet. Determined. Fearless. With just a small hint of delight on her face when she knew she was winning, eh? My only problem as a mentor was trying to convince her to be more tactful. Those old military instincts would always get her in trouble. Yes, she could make me so angry, or so happy. We used to joke that we were married. I bet relationships in Constellation are still messy, aren't they? They're more of a family than an organization. All the former lines bleed together. It makes the losses sting harder. But I hope it means the time you had together was all the more important. That's how I like to think of it anyway. Knew him, argued with him, tried to carry on his memory when he vanished. Sebastian will be back tomorrow, we always used to say. It reminded us that he was still here, in the bones of this old building.
Let's hope this is the last one of these I need to attend. Don't have any other advice. Sad at the moment.
I am reminded of
Is it
different
quieter in the lodge, or is it just me?
what I'm used to.
Death is a bastard. Comes for us all. You know, there's an old Aquila story about two pioneers who got lost trying to find a new frontier to settle. One of them takes ill. Clear he's not gonna make it, he turns to his partner and says, "Don't bury me. Let the ground take what it's due. I'd rather be a ghost chasing after you than walk through the pearly gates knowing an eternity of loneliness until you get there." Sad story, huh? There isn't? You travel around so much, it gets hard to remember what goes where. Suffice to say, it's a story somewhere, and it seems appropriate. Anyway, you look after yourself. When the time's right, I'd appreciate a chat.
Hi. Is talking supposed to make us all feel better? Is that why we're all here? It's just... it doesn't change anything, does it? I just feel like I want to be a million light years away from everyone. I want to be alone for a while, okay?